welcome back to my channel. My name is Meredith if you are new here, and I post a video twice a week. This week's video is going to be a travel vlog, and if y'all could not tell by my intro, we were able to go see the POTTSTOWN Scout 12U team play, and it was the coolest and most fun experience. If you are a baseball family, you are probably familiar with this baseball team. It was so fun to be able to go and just see them play in person, and if you're not aware of like what the team is, they are a travel baseball team that's pretty much like the all-stars of all over the United States, and if your child wants to play for them, you can apply, and they will have a couple different age groups this summer. I know I was watching some of their content, and they were saying that for their 12U team that we were able to see, they had over 6,000 applications, and they only took 13 players. So yes, I know what you're thinking. That is totally crazy, but it was such a cool experience to be able to see them. So I'm glad we made the trip over to see them play, because we live in the Tampa Bay area, and their tournament was at BOOMBAH Sports Complex, which is over in the North Orlando, like Lake Mary area. So it wasn't too far from us. So I packed us all up and we headed there for the weekend. And this is everything that I took with me. We are a family of 5, and all 5 of us were able to go. And I'm finding that this baseball bog bag works so well, not only for long baseball tournaments, but when we are traveling. I drive a Suburban, and I have the captain's chairs in the second row, so I'm able to put this in the middle part so my kids can get all the snacks. They have extra cup holders, and anything that they need can fit in this bag. It's super easy to clean and wipe down. So travel with us to go see them play. Their first game was Friday night, but we were only going up for Saturday or Sunday, so we just got on perfectgame.org and we were able to watch it through the Diamondcast, and they hit a ton of home runs on that Friday night game, so we got up Saturday morning and we're super excited to go see them play. They only had the one game on Saturday, and then we knew for Sunday we'd be there a lot longer because it's Championship Sunday. And if y'all were familiar with how baseball tournaments work, you'll play either Friday or Saturday, and then based on how you do is the seeding for Sunday. And then when Sunday rolls around, you play until you lose. So we road tripped from Tampa Bay to Orlando, and I have 3 kids, and this is how I have them set up. I like this space in my Suburban so they can be separated in those captain's chairs. That way all 3 of them kind of have their own room, but I still have plenty of trunk space for all of our stuff. Look how gorgeous these fields are. Now, if y'all have never been here, this is called the BOOMBAH Sports Complex. It's located in the North Orlando area, kind of close to the Orlando Sanford Airport, and I think they had like 12 to 15 different fields, and this was a perfect game tournament. And if you're not aware of perfect game tournaments, you will pay an entry fee when you enter. You have a couple different options. You could actually get like a weekend wristband if you wanted to, but we weren't going the entire weekend, so it was actually cheaper just for us to get a daily wristband. For this particular tournament, they did have kids pay, so we had to pay if you were ages 7 and up. At some tournaments, you only pay for the adults and the kids are free, but this one, it was ages 7 and up. So once we got our wristbands, we were like checking out the merch and then figured out which field the POTTSTOWN Scouts team was going to play on. And once we got our spot and our stuff set up, we checked out the concession stand. Now, oh my gosh, y'all, I will say this. I know sometimes like concession stands can be expensive, and their food was pretty good, but this, if you are getting a bag of chips or a cup of ice, absolutely do not do it. I was shocked. It's like a small little bag of chips was $3.50, and a cup of ice was $3. I nearly passed out. And their nachos aren't really like real nachos. They just give you like a bag of chips and whatever your toppings are. So besides those 3 things, everything else was fabulous. We also didn't know if we would be needing to sit like in the bleachers or like sit in our own chairs. So I went ahead and packed up my double-decker wagon for us with all of the chairs, waters. We brought our gloves, and we brought extra baseballs and Sharpies so the team and the coaches would sign up. And if you don't know how the POTTSTOWN Scouts team was created, basically there was like this group of friends. They're a bunch of content creators. They have their own YouTube channel. They're called CS99TV. Link their YouTube channel and like their social media stuff below. But I was so impressed and blown away by this media team. So basically it was a group of friends. They're called CS99TV, and they are baseball content creators. They work with a bunch of different brands in like the sports and baseball industry, and they do a phenomenal job. So they got this idea to create this really cool travel baseball team, and each year they choose a couple different age groups. This year I know they have like a 16U team and a 12U team, and each kid on the team gets everything paid for. And by that I mean they get all the cool stuff in exchange for like playing a tournament that weekend. So all 13 kids on the 12U team got all of their uniforms, shoes, hats, velo shades, you name it, they got it. And it was such a cool experience. I could tell not only for the players but all of their families and all of the fans. The entire media team was doing a bunch of giveaways, and the coaches were so interactive. And as a mom of 3, 3, I highly recommend going. If you've ever thought about going, or like your kids are obsessed with the POTTSTOWN Scouts team, find out where they're going to play. I actually think their 16U team is going to play in July at East Cobb. And if you're anywhere near them, I highly recommend going. It was so fun to watch the team play in person. And if you are going to go see them, if you don't know anything about baseball, the team will get there about an hour or so before their game starts, and they will normally be at the batting cages warming up about an hour or so before their game is going to start. And then once they're done, they will head to the field that they're going to play at. And here's the team walking in. This is their 12U team, so all of these kids are around age 12, and my son is 10, so when he was taking pictures with them, it was so funny to see because they are just so much bigger, even though they're only about like 2 or 3 years apart. So if you're wanting to take your kids to see them, I highly recommend going. This is them like right outside of their dugout before their game starts, and it definitely was chaotic. Now, this was the Saturday 4 p.m. game, so it was definitely a little bit more busy and chaotic, but all of the players and the entire media team still took the time to like greet people. They were signing baseballs. They were passing out photos of the team that they were signing. There's Coach Austin. And I was honestly like shocked and overwhelmed at how many kids were just kind of going crazy, but you could just tell they were genuinely excited and happy to see not only Coach Austin, but all of the players and all of the media team too. So if your kid really loves the team or the coaches, I recommend getting there a little bit before their game's going to start. You can see them outside the dugout at the batting cages, or they ended up being like on the right hand side of the dugout over here. That's also where they did the giveaways. It was so cool. Kids were like running up to them. They're like yelling for all of their names. And they were trying to trade like their batting gloves or their sunglasses, or honestly even their own bat, in exchange for like velo shades or anything else that they were giving away. Besides being able to just interact with them one-on-one, you're able to see them warm up and then play the game. I also love all of their uniforms and their coloring, and all of the branding is just 10 out of 10. I love that baby blue shade. It looked awesome in every single thing that they had. Their bags were baby blue, and then all of their coaches and the entire media team had matching coordinating stuff. It was amazing. Their Friday uniform was all black with baby blue, and then Saturdays you're seeing here, it's the all white with baby blue, and my favorite was all baby blue uniforms for Championship Sunday. Also, comment below if there's anything that you see that you need a link to or you have questions about. Comment below. I have a lot of stuff tagged in the description bar below, and everything you see is either going to be from TikTok shop or my Amazon storefront, and I have both of those linked below. So let me know if y'all have any questions and I can help you find it. Look how chaotic it was getting, y'all. The kids were literally climbing the fence, which I just thought was so funny. It was actually really cute. They were excited to not only see the players, but all of the coaches and the CS99 TV media crew, because they're also doing a bunch of giveaways, and the kids just had a blast. Now, side note, from a content creation point of view, I was really impressed with their entire media team. You could tell they obviously have a YouTube channel, and then they've got other social media where they have to do more short form content. And you could just tell they were like probably posting this in the parking lot. They did photos, videos. They've got like their YouTube channel, so they have long form content. They were getting real time stuff posted. They were live streaming the game. It was so cool to be able to see. I will also do my best to tag every single person like in the description box below, so y'all can check out the media team and this POTTSTOWN Scouts team. And I'm going to tag all the brands that they were working with too, so you can be able to find, like, I know your kids are going to be like, oh, where'd they get their velo shades from, or where's their sliding mitt from? So I'll try to tag all that down below too, because their stuff was just so cool. After they won their game on Saturday, we headed to our hotel to get rested up and ready for Championship Sunday. If you've never been to the BOOMBAH Sports Complex before and your kids are going to have a tournament there, found some great hotels. They're about like 15 minutes away, and you will have a bunch of different options to choose from. There's tons of restaurants at this exit. We ended up staying at a Home to Suite by Hilton. I love staying at like Hilton or Marriott type hotels unless I can find like a Holiday Inn Express and suites, because as a family of 5, it is really hard to find hotel rooms that can accommodate like up to to 5 or 6 people sleeping without having to get 2 rooms. So I really try to focus on the suites. And this Hilton hotel was great. It was about 15 minutes from the fields, and they had a bunch of different restaurants to choose from for dinner. Of course, we ate at Texas Roadhouse, y'all. I feel like every time we are traveling or we road trip, we always end up eating at a Texas Roadhouse. One, because it's always really close to the hotel, and two, I always go onto the Texas Roadhouse app and go ahead and check us in. That way we're already on the wait list. I also recommend getting like a room on the top floor. I know a lot of times for baseball tournaments, the entire team will try to stay at the same hotel, or if not, at least there's going to be a ton of baseball families and teams staying here. So I try to get the top floors. That way it's a little less chaotic and a little less rowdy. Since we were only staying one night, I was able to get everything just in like my weekender bag right there. The other baseball little purse that you see is from TikTok Shop. I will have that link down below. That has been one of my favorite like purse or bags that I've got because it's a good crossbody type purse. So it's not too big and it's not too little, where I'm able to fit every single thing in there. I got a suite for us. That way we were able to sleep all 5 of us comfortably. And I was able to find us a room on the very top floor. Ever since we've moved to Florida a few years ago, staying hydrated is my like number one issue that I have. I've tried like liquid IV and a couple different hydration type drinks, and by far my favorite one is Waterboy. This is not sponsored. They did not send me this. I have repurchased Waterboy like an obnoxious amount of times, y'all. I did see that they came out with this new flavor. This is their cherry limeade, and it comes in like the sample pack right here. I found this sample pack at Target, and if you have a Target card, you can get 5% off. So go see if your Target has a sample pack. That way you can try the new cherry limeade flavor without like spending a ton of money buying the large pack. I loved it. It was delicious and it's perfect for summertime. I also love like honestly like every single flavor that they have. One of my favorites is their raspberry and fruit punch, and their lemon lime is really good. And I like that they barely have any sugar in there, but they have their daily hydration or like their weekend recovery ones and a workout recovery. So they have different levels of the amount of electrolytes that are in there. And I love all the flavors. I definitely recommend get their sample pack first, so they have like a variety pack. They're in Target or Walmart. They're also on Amazon too. And then check their website. Like if you put in your email, I think you get like 10 or 20% off. And I've also found them on TikTok Shop. I wish they had cotton candy. That's the only flavor they don't have that I was like hoping they come out with a cotton candy. Now we've made it to Championship Sunday, and here's the team walking in. And if you don't know, they end up playing 4 games on this Sunday. Now the POTTSTOWN Scouts team, they've had a bunch of different age groups, and they've been around for about 2 years, and they have never lost a game yet. So y'all can wait until the end to see if they end up winning. But do you think they lost or won the entire championship? Comment below what you think. Okay, now my son is a catcher on his baseball team, and it's his favorite position to play. So I was determined to have him get a picture with their catcher, and their whole media team was standing there, which they were super cool. And my son was so nervous, but he was so excited. He was able to get a picture with their catcher. So he will be able to have that. He can put it up in his room right there. What a fun experience for my kids. I highly recommend going, even if you feel like it's going to be chaotic, even if you don't really know about like content creation and you think it's going to be obnoxious. It's not at all. It was so cool and such a great experience for my kids to be able to see. Because honestly, nowadays, if your kids are playing sports or you really consider them maybe wanting to play in high school or college and everything going on with the NIL, it's such a good opportunity for your kids to be able to see other kids playing, how they're interacting with those brands, how they're speaking with their teammates, their coaches, that media team, and honestly, other kids. Even for being, I know 12 seems so young, but I was really impressed with all the players on the team. And how cool were their Championship Sunday uniforms, y'all? Like, look at this catcher's gear. It was so cool. And all those kids are going to be able to keep all of their gear, all of their uniforms, everything. I even think they told one of the kids it was his birthday on the Saturday, and one of the players, they're like, hey, if you hit a home run on this at bat, we're going to take everybody to get Nike Dunks. And he did. He hit a home run, and they took him to the mall the very next day. It was incredible. Thank y'all so much for watching and sticking to the very end to find out that yes, they did win the entire championship. Congratulations to the Pottstown Scout 12U team for dominating the entire weekend and winning the championship. See y'all next week.